Okay. So, and hopefully it will work itself out. Yeah, I can see and hear you. Okay. So we worked earlier on some stuff. What do you want to work on right now? What energy, what challenge do you want to work on? And when we get some more people, well, actually, you know what? Craig is here, so I'm going to explain what energy, removing energy, negative energy blocks is all about first. So it's on this recording, and then we'll go into it. But you think about what specifically you want to work on for this this time period, okay? I can't hear you. Okay, so close. You got out. You're gonna try to get back in. Okay, so energy clearing, you know, everything is energy. We're energy. Everything around us is energy. And it's kind of like, if you ever watched Charlie Brown, and that one kid who, I don't know his name, but he was like really dirty, and he always had like this cloud of dust all around him. Our energy, you know, is beyond our body. Pigpen, yes. So our energy is beyond our body, and so we're sort of like Pigpen walking around, and dust and negative thoughts of other people and experiences and stuff like that sort of gets caught up in our energy field, right? And if it's a really, really tragic, or it's something that we really, really take to heart, it's not just caught in our energy field, it is actually in our bodies. So what kind of experience are you talking about? Maybe a teacher tells you, you know, you were a very bad person. Maybe a relationship ends when you were young and the other person totally blamed you and said everything, you know, was your fault. And I had one guy who said he broke up with a girl, and she told him that he was the kind of guy that would make a woman kill herself. So, but that's something he really took to heart, and that's something that he carried around with him, and it created a heavy energy block, because of course he didn't want that to happen. So he was totally unable to manifest relationships out of the fear that he would make a woman kill herself. So it can be that. A lot of the things that we operate on as adults, we usually form during the ages of between 8 and 10. So a lot of our crap comes from our parents, not because they dumped it on us, but more so because they sold it and we bought it. You know, we learn how to be people from our parents. And so we find that with most people, if you are mimicking their behavior and you're like them, you get more attention from them, and, oh, they love me, right? So you mimic their dysfunctional behavior to get that love, to get that attention, to get the affection from them. And I'm sending a message. And so, unfortunately, a lot of that negative stuff we carry with us between 8 and 10, and the people that we are most with during that time usually is our parents. So we get all of this, these negative experiences. If you were bullied as a kid in school, that negative experience is caught in your field and or your body. If you did really, really bad, if you had a speech impediment or any of those types of things, and you were teased, or a teacher sort of looked down on you, or somebody called you stupid, any of those types of things can get caught in your field and or your body. And what's most important is that they stop us from moving forward and succeeding in life. It's almost like it creates a It's almost like it creates a cross purpose. Okay, so you grow up and your dad was never around, or your dad wasn't around, your grandfather wasn't around, and the guy that your mom dated would come and go, and he wasn't stable. So then, as a woman or a little girl, you have a belief that men don't stay, but you want a relationship. But you have all of these beliefs, and beliefs are just things that you keep thinking over and over again, right? So you have all these beliefs that men don't stay. It's not true. I mean, those men didn't stay for whatever the reason was, but it's a belief, and now it's a block. And so you try to have relationships and they fail because something happens and the men leave, because then, the law of attraction supersedes all other laws in the universe. So if you really believe that men don't stay, law of attraction is going to move people, places, and things and deliver exactly that to you. Men will leave for whatever the reason is, and you're not able to maintain that relationship that you really want, need, desire, and are trying to manifest. So it's like that with anything. I have clients that make very good money, but it's like, I really would like to hit the 100,000 mark. But for the last 10 years, no matter what I've done, whether I've started a new business, took a part-time job, the way things work out is that I cannot hit that $100,000 mark. Well, when we started doing the energy sessions, we discovered that he has a belief that people with money are crooks. So he doesn't want to be a crook. He wants to be accepted by his family. And so truly, the universe rearranges no matter what he does, because it is a belief that is stuck in his energy field. The universe will rearrange everything so that he gets exactly what it is that he's projecting. And you can't carry around all of this negative stuff without it being projected out. And therefore, you're getting that back in your life, which then for most people is like, yes, there's proof. See, I told you men don't stay, because every relationship I've had, men leave. No matter how many jobs I have, I can't make more money than that. And so he started to believe, well, they really are crooks, right? Because I'm working legitimate jobs and I'm working hard and I'm doing this and I'm doing that, and I can't get beyond this. Okay, let's try it again. Oh, there you are.
Yeah, I had to leave the house.
Of course. Okay, so there's echo. Let me see if I can turn sound off. Okay, that works. So I had to mute it just for right now, Jessica, because it was creating echo. Okay, so the importance of removing these energy blocks allows you to move forward, it allows you to manifest, and it stops you from manifesting. If you are really into manifesting and are very goal-oriented, she needs to mute her mic. Okay, Jessica, mute your mic. Is that better? Yay, okay. So if you're into manifesting, if you are goal oriented, then it stops you from achieving your goals. It stops you from being able to manifest because you have this block. So now we know where they come from, and literally they can come from anything. It can be a conversation. One of the things earlier, just before this blab, I got on someone else's blab, and she was doing a tarot card reading. Hello, Victor. And so she pulled a card for me, and the card was basically saying, I told her I wanted it for finances, and the card was basically saying that I needed to forgive forgive myself and forgive those people that were involved. And it really didn't sound like it was it had anything to do with finances. But right before getting on there, I had a memory out of nowhere, right? Seemingly nowhere, about teaching people, right? So I have been a trainer and a teacher and an instructor my whole life. So when I was 18 years old, I would get out of school early and I had my own business and I was teaching. I was part of the exit program at Quantico, where people in the military, as they were exiting the service and being reoriented into civilian life, I was part of their training. So I, was teaching at AT&T and all kinds of places in DC and Northern Virginia. But I was really young. I was 18 years old. And in doing that training, I would then pick up individual clients. And so I picked up a few clients, and on many occasions, these people, I would teach them, what they said they needed to know. And then they would either take my concept or my idea and turn it into this huge business, or they would become, quite successful at doing whatever it was that I had been teaching them. And from my perspective at that time, I felt like, they had the money, they had their retirement checks, and they totally, when I say it wasn't like you came and I taught you how to make something and then you started a business making it. These people would come to me and then they would copy everything, all of my brochures. Hello, Jay, the one and only. And they would copy everything verbatim and then start a business. Okay. They would use my color scheme. They would do everything. So I was really, really hurt by that. This just came up today before I got in the shower. So I was clearing that, because we're kind of like onions, right? You're peeling back layers and layers, and things come up that you have forgotten about. So I was clearing that. And then the woman who did the tarot card reading for me, and I was asking her about finances, the message for me was I needed to forgive those people and myself, because I didn't know. Hello, thank you for joining. I didn't know. I was just young. So the point was I needed to learn a lesson. But I don't do business coaching right now because of that energy block, which I didn't know. I always just said, I don't want to be a business coach. I don't do certain coaching because of those experiences. And it has totally, and I may not, but I don't do a lot of those specific types of trainings any longer because of those experiences, which really could have held me back when I was younger, and has taken me a while to get through. And my decision was solely based on these old experiences, which it was just those people. It doesn't mean everybody that, comes to me and says, hey, I want to learn how to do something, is a thief, is going to steal from me, or take my customers, or any of those types of things. But it was definitely a block that I had in my body and all in the back of my neck and around my ears, as far as in my energy field. So removing that, I felt so much better. And then I had a whole list instantly of clients that I had notes for and things I wanted to share with them, realizing that even in my current practice, I was not giving them everything because of that one block. Let me make sure I follow you. So Jessica has agreed to take the hot seat earlier today. And what we're going to demonstrate really is how to remove and how you can identify, and a very simple method for removing some of these energy blocks. Okay, so you can hear me. Can you unmute yourself?
Okay, I can hear you.
Okay. So what did you decide? Maybe you turn it down. Am I echoing to you? No. I'm just the crazy lady in the boat. Okay.
No, you sound really clear right now.
Okay.
Okay.
So what did you
decide
that you wanted to work on? There's no echo.
no echo.
Thank you for
me.
letting me. It's just me. Thanks for confirming I was crazy.
There's an echo with me or with you?
No, they said they don't hear echo either. It's
just me.
The unblock would be financial.
Okay. So the area you want to work on is your financial block. So what is your question about it? About your finances. What is your thought or your concern?
Having more finances than income.
Say it again.
Having more finances than income. Having more expenses than income.
Oh, that's right. We did. Okay. I'm trying to alleviate my echo. Okay. So first thing we're going to do is surprise. Got somebody in the seat. We're going to soften your resistance. Right?
Hey!
Hi. I have no idea what you're saying. Okay, so Jessica, we're going to do the exercise we did earlier, and this exercise is called taking out the trash. Remember that? Okay. And we're gonna. So what that's gonna do initially is just soften the negative energy blocks that you have, so that we can then do the next stage. Okay, just a minute. I have an echo. He's agreeing with me. How do I get rid of it?
It's killing.
What? Yeah, it's killing me too. How come you're the only one who can hear it? Besides me. I have two windows open.
Phew. Oh wait. It's happening with me too. Hello. It's on yours. You got the echo. You got going on. Is it just your phone? Oh, but you got it in the car. You got it on the car. Lamiel, she had it on her car speakers. Hey, Mike Phillips, what's going on? We having a little technical difficulties, but just stick around. We're getting ready to get this whole party started right now. Lamiel's getting ready to come back. I know, but is it coming through your car speakers, or do you have it on speakerphone? Either way, just come back. Lamiel, come back first, Lamiel. Let me see what you got going on first.
Okay.
Yes. So it's JK knew me. Is that Jessica?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So when she comes back, I think it was because it was still going on after you left with her car. I mean, with her reception. So that's what it was. Okay. I don't know. She said she had the car off, but she may have had the audio coming through the speakers in the car.
Okay.
So, yeah. And
I have a little bit of an echo.
And when you have technical difficulties like this that you don't want to record, you can stop the record and pause it.
Oh, now you tell me. It's okay. See, I still have a little echo.
Okay. Well, I don't hear any echo right now.
Before you came on, I was the only person who heard my echo.
Yeah, it was like triple loud when I got in.
You need a microphone and some headphones to get rid of the echo.
if you can hear me echoing, anybody, please put 1 in the chat room. You can hear me echoing, put 1 in the chat. Put 1 in the chat. If you can't hear me echoing, put 0 in the chat. Did you pause the recording? Lamiel, did you pause the recording?
Okay. So I can hear everybody. I'm not echoing. So really, really quick, I just want to recap for all the people who came in, since we're talking about removing negative energy blocks, right? So I was explaining where those negative energy blocks come from and kind of describing it. The noise. That's okay. I'll just be the crazy lady and ignore it. Am I echoing to you guys?
We're going to be all night trying to figure
Nobody's
this out.
responding. I'm alone.
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't hear any.
Can you guys hear me?
Echo. Yes, I can.
I can hear you.
I can hear you.
I hear nothing.
Yes. Is your internet? Is your connection?
Okay, so we're going to add Jessica one more time. See what happens. So,
No,
okay, so I'm going to talk. Negative energy blocks. Let me refocus here for a minute. You remember Charlie Brown? What was his name? Craig told me the name of the character. The character who was really, really dirty, that had like the clouds of dust everywhere, and everything he touched, it picked up. He was just a mess. Pigpen. Do you guys remember Pigpen? Yeah. So if you think about our energy field, we sort of have this pigpen thing going on with us in our energy field. Meaning that as we go through life, especially when we're young, and people say things to us, we have negative experiences, whether we're at, with our parents, whether we're at school, it's a teacher, whatever, that stuff gets caught up. That stuff gets caught up in your energy field. And sometimes if you internalize things long enough, or it happens enough, it moves through your energy field, and that energy gets locked in your body. So you may, you've heard the expression, they're carrying the weight of the world on their shoulders, right? And somebody will say all their tension is in their neck and shoulders. Well, that's because that's where all of your negative energy is stored. It's stored right there. You people who have back pain, who are too young to have back pain, stuff happens to you, and the easiest way for you to move forward carrying all of this negative stuff that you're encountering and taking in is you energetically push it to the back, right? So that you can move forward, and you don't really know how to deal with it, or you don't want to deal with it. So you push it to your back, and then suddenly you're 25, 35, and you've got back pain, or you have hip pains. And it's just that negative energy that is stored in your body. Sometimes it's stored in your field, and an example of it being stored in your field would be like you are pretty successful at your job, and you make consistently $600,000. But no matter what you do, you can't seem, it's like you've hit a plateau. And it doesn't matter if you get 2 jobs, you change jobs, or whatever you're doing, you can't really get past that level of $600,000. And the reason is that there is some negative energy block right there that you have not dealt with that doesn't allow you to move forward. Another example of this would be one of my kids. She is a master at manifesting stuff, right? So if she literally says, I want a whatever thing for her hair, a particular flat iron, the flat iron appears. I need a new humidifier will appear. I need a new car. The car will appear. It doesn't matter what it is, as long as it's a material thing. It manifests for her so fast, it's almost like it is instant. Like, damn, didn't she just say that yesterday? And sometimes it's like a week or whatever, but I swear to you, it's like she says it and it's there. She does it to her boyfriend too, right? So like he has a kid, and she's going to kill me for sharing all her business. But anyway, and the mother of his kid, her car broke down, right? And she was like, you're not going to be driving her around. She need to get a new car. That girl got a new car 2 days later. So she can manifest things. But what she's really was working on was, or trying to figure out was, why can't I manifest money? Like, she wanted the cash in her hand. Now, if she asked for the equivalent of what she was going to buy, that would appear automatically. But there was an energy block, right? For her, hello, Cindy, manifesting physical cash. And we had to go in there and figure out where it came from. We had to figure out what it was first, and then who bought it, who sold it to her, and help her remove it. And it's something that is ongoing because it was pretty deep. But now she can say, I need $100. And she'll get a phone call to go do something, or somebody needs her to do that, or somebody will pay her to do that. She'll say, I need $20, and then she'll find a shirt she never wore, and she'll sell it, and she'll put it outside. And when she wakes up, because we have this whole online thing in Facebook in our community, so she literally puts the shirt outside, and the people come and take it, and they put the money under the rug, and she's like, money just magically appears for me, on the doorstep. Which it is now, but she had to work through those blocks. So it's important to, when you are struggling, even when you're not necessarily struggling, say with money, maybe it's a relationship, maybe it's your spiritual growth. I have a client who really wants to work with her intuitive side, but her family is like really, really like Christian. And so she wants to do it, but she's scared that they're going to be like, no, that's the devil's work. And so when she decided to go ahead and start, it kept spinning. It was going nowhere, because who wants to be that opposed to their parents? So it was still a lot of energy that had to be removed. If you are wanting to just manifest things and situations and success in your life, these types of blocks are almost literally the only thing that will stop you. There's only two things that ever really stop you from manifesting. One is an unknown energy block, and the other thing is a lack of desire. Like, if you really don't desire it, meaning you don't believe you can have it, you don't believe that you can manifest it, you don't believe it's possible, then you are, and really what you do is create an energy block, right? So ultimately it all leads back to that. So that's the reason that you want to clear them. Now, the way that you can identify what your blocks are, I mean, and we already know, like, what's on our mind. I want to pay my bills. I want to do whatever. I need a new house. I need this, that, and the other. So Jessica shared, she's going to be in the hot seat, and we're going to go through the process. She's going to go through the process in front of everybody, which is so nice of her to do. And what she really wants to change is, that she's, let me make sure I got it right, that you want to bring in more than what you are spending, right? And so the very first thing I walk through all of my clients is just softening the resistance to that situation. Okay? And the exercise that we use to soften the resistance, which makes it easier to identify, is called emptying the trash. And this is, I want you, Jessica, to get the idea or the question or your issue. So everybody can do this with whatever it is going on in your life. So if you have a business deal and you're wondering, should I move forward on this business deal? Should I go to this training? Should I go on this date? Whatever it is that's pressing, if you bring that to the forefront of your mind, you can do this exercise as well. So Jessica's going to bring up and really think about the financial situation and the fact that she is spending a lot more than what she's bringing in on a monthly basis, right? And then I'm going to ask you a series of questions, and you're going to finish. Now, the key to this exercise and being able to really empty your trash is to speak out loud.
Okay.
Okay, this is not an exercise where,
Can you hear me?
Well, you can say it out loud. Can you guys hear her?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Jessica?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So I'm going to ask a series of questions, and then Jessica, you finish the questions out loud, and everyone can do this with their own issues. All right?
Okay.
So bring that issue to the forefront. Okay, and this is an exercise that you don't really have to get centered. I like to have all of my clients, when I'm working with them, connect to the light, but it's not necessary. This is going to allow you to find out what your soul is really thinking and wants you to know about this situation. So you don't have to get quiet. You don't have to, stop the world around you to find out what your soul is wanting to share with you about whatever is pressing on your mind or pressing in your life at that point. Okay, so are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. So my mind says,
You need that.
my mind says,
It's going to look good on you.
my mind says,
You have plenty of candles. Go ahead and buy it.
my mind says,
It's just $20. No big deal.
okay. My mind says,
If the rent's late, you'll be evicted.
okay. My mind says,
Don't worry about the car note. The car's going to be there in the morning. They'll be all right.
my mind says,
Pay it, or you won't have a car in the morning.
okay. So you can do this until you have no more responses. But what I want you to do is validate what your mind is saying to you. Because on some level, it has whatever circumstances it has to feel this way and think this way, right?
Right.
So you validate that, and then now I want you to energetically drop it in the trash. Okay? Now you're going to finish the next sentence. I'm afraid of
losing everything that I've worked hard for.
I'm afraid of
not fulfilling all of my desires immediately.
I'm afraid of
my desires taking entirely too long.
Okay. I'm afraid of
that pair of cute boots not being on sale the next time I go back.
Okay. I'm afraid of
being in the same apartment one more goddamn year.
Okay. So now you know what your fears are, and you want to acknowledge them because they're based on some reality. and some experience that you've had, right?
Correct.
And you're going to take that and you're going to energetically put that in the trash.
Got it.
Okay. Now what I want you to do is focus on something that's close to you. So you're not in a room. Focus on something in the car, right? I need you to look at it. Maybe look at your phone. Tell me what time it is. Okay. Oh. What was that, like baby oil in the car?
Yeah, baby oil in the car? No.
Okay.
He's not just me.
This is Bath and Body Works.
Okay.
We're going to the coach side right now.
Look at what Lamiel's mind is at. Look at Lamiel's mind.
That's really hard.
Right?
Hey, but I mean, I teach those kind of classes too. I'm just saying, where'd she go? She didn't fell over. She's gone.
Sorry.
Okay. So the reason I want you to focus on something that was in your area is because it brings you to present time. Okay. This is right. You're in the now. A lot of what you were afraid of and a lot of what your mind is saying to you. Moving around and now I'm echoing.
Sorry.
Okay. So am I echoing to you guys?
What did
Shit.
Because I got hot.
What do you mean you got hot?
Okay, what if I mute her? Am I echoing to you guys now? Yes, ma'am. All right. Okay, so take a few deep breaths. And I'm gonna come out and go out and come back in.
I think she was. You did. You moved. You did. But she didn't move.
Okay, am I still echoing? Okay, great. So the reason that I wanted you to focus on something that was with you right now is because it brings you to the present tense, okay? Your mind is calculating things that have been. Your fears are based on things from the past, okay? So now I want you to focus on something so that you're here right now, right? This is where we are. And now I want you to finish this sentence. My soul says,
You can afford it.
are you frozen? I can't hear you.
Am I?
I heard her.
She's gone.
I heard her. She said, I want to go next.
Let's give her a minute and see if she comes back.
Does this game work for men too? Or is it,
You heard her?
Oh, yes. I just want to know, does this game work for men? Or is she the only one who gets to play? I want to play too. Hey, Sister D. What's up, Gino?
Okay. I feel like it's my audio.
It could be.
It's hard for me to hear you.
I'm not saying anything. What about now? Can you hear me now? I'm going to switch total computers on y'all. Watch this. I'm going to switch the whole game up on you.
And now I'm alone. Okay, so for those of you that are, we're working through this on your own. Okay, the sentence that you're completing is, my soul says, and then you complete that sentence. Take a deep breath. My soul says, yeah, I definitely will. Actually, this is my first thing on Blab. So thank you so much. My sound is gone again. Oh my gosh. Okay.
There we go. Can you hear me?
I do hear you.
I do hear you.
Okay, great.
Okay, great.
Okay, Amy.
Okay, Amy.
I'm gonna put you in, and I'm gonna mute you. Okay.
Okay.
So we can finish with Jessica. Okay. So Jessica. Take a deep breath and try to refocus.
Okay.
It's not coming in.
Okay.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Okay. I'm gonna kick everybody out of here, and we're gonna try again. Okay, go ahead and check your mic. I don't hear you. So hopefully we'll make it through.
And I have headphones, so hopefully
that's better. Right. Okay, so if you could kind of just focus a little bit, we went through what your mind was saying, right? And we put that in the trash. This technique, by the way, for anybody who is new to this second version, is called emptying the garbage. Right, this is take two. It's called emptying the garbage. So we went through what your mind was saying, and we threw that in the trash.
Right.
And then we brought up what your fears were, and we threw that in the trash. So now on this topic of not having enough money, on spending more money than what you actually have, I want you to finish this statement. Kair just said, send me the link to my Facebook. Like I need to take the risk of opening up another tab, right? Okay, so you're gonna finish the sentence.
Okay.
Take a deep breath and exhale. And now, and remember to speak this out loud. If you guys are doing this exercise on your own, part of the key is to speak it out loud, not in your head. So now, Jessica, my soul says.
My soul says that I can afford it.
My soul says.
My soul says that the universe is infinite and it's at my disposal.
My soul says.
My soul says that money circulates, so it will come back to me at some point.
My soul says.
My soul says I can have whatever I desire.
My soul says.
My soul says anything is possible. Just go get it. Don't worry about anything else.
Okay. My soul says.
My soul says be happy.
Okay. So now take another deep breath and release it. Now, I have to tell you to exhale.
Yeah, because do I let it go?
Okay, so what is the overall message that you're seeing that hearing your soul say to you about your finances?
My soul is telling me that I'm worrying about the wrong things, that I have no reason to worry about that. Everything is okay. Just allow the universe to do what needs to be done and not to worry about the how.
Which is very important for you because you're working on manifesting. And so just sort of take that in, because think about it. That means your soul sees everything that's going on, right?
Right.
And if you stop worrying about the how, because there's no way that you can become a master manifester focused on the how. When you're focused on the how, you're focused on the doubt, and you are in a state of disbelief. And if you don't believe that you can have it, if you don't believe that you can manifest it, it's just not going to happen. You can't manifest on, what some people are preaching, a hope and a prayer.
Mm-hmm.
You have to believe that you can actually manifest what it is that you want.
Right.
Now, the universe has everything there for you, and you are focused on the wrong thing. If you look at what you're spending on from what you were dumping in the trash, right?
Right.
You're afraid the shoes may not be there
I know.
next week.
God, the horror, you just don't understand.
I do understand. I'm a shoe freak. But here's the thing. You're focused on the wrong thing.
Right.
Because everything you want, you ask, the universe is going to deliver. So all you have to say is, I want those shoes. Now, you then try to come up with the how, right? So I'm just not going to pay this bill, and I'm going to buy these shoes, and then I'm sure to get those shoes. Instead of trusting in your soul, the fact that you're an infinite being, the fact that you are currently studying to be a master manifester, and realizing that those shoes are going to manifest in your life because that's what you asked for. You're trying to create the how. I want that. How can I get that? And that's not the process of manifesting. You're frozen. Can you actually hear me?
Can anybody hear me?
Hi. Yes.
Is it blurry? Is it retrograde piece on?
No, it's perfect. But I lost Jessica right at the critical point.
She'll be back.
Yeah. I can hear you, Jessica. She's gone. Okay. So, Will I am. Hi, Will. So what was a critical point for Jessica is that she's actually in the process of mastering how to manifest, right? And when she answered those questions about what her soul was saying to her was saying to her, I have everything for you. You don't have to worry about that. And you're focused on the wrong thing. And for her, that was really key, because the only way that she's going to actually become a master at manifesting is stop focusing on the how and just go with her guided action. So she got the answer that she was looking for. And through this process, now we can see what she says about it. She's back. Will is so generous with the applause. Thank you.
With that, Will. Much love, baby.
Are you there? Okay, so we're going to do this again. And hopefully she'll chime in and be able to share with everybody her feelings on the results that she got. But we're going to start anew. Since I can hear Coach Khayr and I can see you and there's no delay, we're going to start with you.
Yeah, take it from
So
the top.
what is the issue?
Yeah, no, take it from the top.
Okay.
Like, I didn't get the explanation. We kept going back and forth. None of that was clear to me. So I like to hear it fresh from I came in. I don't want to pretend like I know what you were talking about. I want to see what the process is.
Okay. So we're talking about removing negative energy blocks. And the reason the reason that we want to identify and remove the negative energy blocks that are in our energy field and in our body is because, in essence, they stop us from manifesting. So whether that's a relationship, whether it is a career, whether it's money, a car, a certain type of lifestyle, energy blocks usually develop because of negative experiences, right, that we take in. So an example would be you want to have a really loving relationship. You want to be able to engage with someone like your soulmate. And so your negative blocks actually represent themselves as cross purposes as well. So you really want this and you're working on this, and you are actively dating, you're doing the things that you know you should do to make yourself available, and you're doing self-work. But when you go into the relationship, it just doesn't go anywhere, or it goes a little bit, but never fully manifests into what you want, into what you're looking for. So the reason is that you more than likely have a negative energy block. And when I said that they manifest like cross purposes, if you have a situation where your sister treats men like crap, your mom treated your dad really bad, women you dated before would steal from you, things like that, even when you were younger, right? These are all of your experiences that you've taken in. So right now, yes, you genuinely want a relationship, but because you've had enough of these experiences, or you've had one experience that you've totally internalized and held on to, you literally have a cross purpose. You're trying to manifest something externally that is 100% opposite from what you really feel and what you are carrying in your being. Make sense? So, I didn't hear you.
Somebody explained it to me the other day, like your conscious mind being the locomotive and your subconscious mind being the caboose. And if you tell your locomotive, you know what I'm saying, like what you want, it will give all the information to the caboose. And it's like the subconscious is like the workers. You know what I'm saying? The subconscious will handle it. So you might have told the engineer what you wanted, but if both of them are going in two different directions,
opposite directions,
my conscious mind is saying, I want to be a millionaire, and my subconscious mind or my cross purpose is, my father told me that we can't afford the best, and then I'm still
right,
or yada yada. And now you're channeling too, because a lot of the other things you're saying are definitely directed to me in relationships and stuff like that, but I'm going to try to pick something else besides that. When it's time to start, I'm giving a good example. So yes, please continue.
Okay, so what you want to do, and the very first thing that we try to do is identify what some of these cross purposes are, and so we know what the energy blocks are. And then I teach my clients to soften the negative around these energy blocks, because it makes it a lot easier for me to go in and remove it, or to teach them to go in and completely remove it. And so the first stage is what I call taking out the trash, because I just scared myself, sorry. my window's open and the dogs are like all of the people walking their dogs. Anyway, so when you identify what your cross purpose is, right, you want to soften the negativity that's around that because it makes it easier to completely remove it. And when you hear what it is your soul has to say, because negative blocks can be produced by ourselves through negative self-talk as well. Like you've had one experience, and if you're one of those people who like have a scenario and then you replay it over and over and over again, and I should have said this and I should have did, you're creating that negative block. I'm glad you think so. You're creating that negative block through your own self-talk. So we identify what your cross purposes are. And one of the easiest ways for people to do this is to say, this is what my goals are, and these are what my strengths and my challenges are to that goal. So I want to start I'll use myself. I'll say I want to be in a relationship, and every challenge doesn't mean that it's a bad thing. And I'm using myself because an example is when I write down things like expand my business or have a relationship or what have you, I consider the fact that I have 8 children. That's a challenge. It's not a negative challenge, but it is a challenge because I have to consider, 5, 6, 7 times what other people may have to consider in going into a relationship or anything of that nature. So when you look at what your challenges are, they are usually signs to what it is your cross purpose is. And it really starts to expose what some of your self-talk is, because some of it may not even be legitimate, but it's something that you have felt or thought. So the journaling about what your challenges are to your goals will help to kind of bring those things to the surface. And then this is the very first exercise that I recommend because it softens that. When you hear what your soul has to say to you versus, I've gotten a body scan. Okay. When you hear what your soul has to say to you compared to what your mind has been saying to you and compared to the fear that you've been living in, it's like, oh, I was wrong and there is something so much greater for me and I'm not alone and somebody understands, and it really helps to change your perspective on where you're going, and it lowers your resistance to completely removing whatever the negative is. So, okay, Jessica, real quick before you disappear on us again. Based on what your soul had to say to you.
It's been very stormy here, off and on, so I just can't.
So tell me what based on what you were thinking and what your soul had to say to you, what was the message? What was your takeaway from this experience?
That I need to just allow it to happen and not worry about how it happens.
So do you feel better about the financial situation than you did before we started?
At the moment, yes, but I really have to put it into effect when I wake up tomorrow, because right now it's not.
But here's the
registering.
thing. You can do this again in the morning.
Yeah.
Okay. This is not something that you can only do at certain times. This is, again, you don't have to premeditate. You don't have to, do any of those things. Even when you are engaged in a situation, should I make this business deal? Ask yourself, well, this is what I'm thinking, and this is what I'm afraid of about this. And so what is my soul saying? And then you have your answer, and it just makes it that much easier for you to move through the day.
Oh yeah, definitely. So I know once I get off of this and I go to bed and, I wake up and I can start my day knowing that don't worry about how. Just go for it, let it happen, and keep it moving for the day.
Okay. So, are you ready, Kyer?
I think so.
So what is the question or the issue that you have at hand?
I don't understand that particular question. You mean like, what is I have an issue about, like what's disturbing me? Or like what do I have a problem with? I got an issue, but I don't mean, you mean like what's the question at hand? The question may be if I have the issue is like
okay,
focus.
You could have a question. I can't hear you. It can be a question, like I said in the example, like, should I do this business deal? It could be, I want more clarity on my relationship. I want to know if I should, I'm torn about moving to another state. Whatever it is, if you try to put it in the form of a question, so that way when we're going through the process, it's like your questions are being answered directly. But if it is an idea, then you can just bring that idea and know that the answers that you're getting is to that idea. But ultimately, if you're thinking about stuff and you have things on your mind, you put it in a form of a question. Is it going to be successful? Will I be okay? Is she going to live? Should I get a cat? Should I buy this car? No.
Too many examples, because let me tell you my issue is why your examples are too many, because my issue is focus. So every example you give me, I can create an issue around everything you're saying. So I don't want you to keep giving me examples. Like I could do a relationship. Okay. Should I go to this funeral? I could be this, that. But the issue is the focus. Like I only want to I stay up too late. Okay? I want to get up earlier. So the issue is I should go to bed earlier so I can get up earlier. I want to get up earlier. I want to go to bed earlier, and I want to get the hell of my team vampire, or help me get into, help me create the, question. Now I'm talking it out. Why am I not meditating regularly? You know what I'm saying? Why am I not, or how do I, why am I not being more consistent in my spiritual practices? Why am I not being so disciplined that I let this fucking phone run my life so much? You understand? When this shit rings, I just be like, yeah, what is it? Versus I could just you go to the voicemail and let me finish my work. Or another issue is, why am I so scattered in my thoughts? So help me come up with one question, then I'll be
okay. But those all fall under focus, right? Your main concern is, now, do you want to know what you need to do to get focused, or do you want to know why you're not focused? Because really, you just gave all the examples as to why you're not focused.
Yeah, I really don't even care about the why. I'm like Bud Dry. Why ask why? I just want the solution. So
how do you regain your focus?
It's either how do I regain my focus, or how do I start going to bed earlier so I can get up earlier? I don't like going to bed at 3 o'clock in the morning every night. I want to go to bed like a person who got a job almost, maybe like 12 o'clock or 1. I'm an expert at staying up to 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. Oh yeah, people who have a job, they got to be in bed. I think I stay up sometimes just because I'm damn a boss. I just stay up there. I'm a boss. Shit. Get up when I'm ready to get up. Even though I can't sleep past 10, but sometimes my day is gone too much. So scheduling, I want to just go into how can I have a better schedule? I need a better damn schedule. And high maintenance, stop talking about me. Okay? That's why I'm not looking at the chat. You looking at the chat. That's the thing, I can see everything in the room. So I'm watching, go down there, I'm is she paying attention? I'm who's in the chat? What are they talking about? Blah, blah, blah. You ain't got no job, high maintenance. Your name is Craig and Tommy. You ain't got no job. Okay,
okay, but really, we both know that you don't want to know how to go to bed earlier? Because I can answer that question. Do you really want to ask your soul how to go to bed earlier? You prepare for bed, and for 2 to 3 days, you drink a cup of tea. Chamomile, if you're easy and your system is really clean, it will take to that. If not, there's another tea that will basically knock you out like a prescription medicine. You do that for 3 days, it changes your sleep cycle.
I don't drink tea. I don't drink chamomile tea.
So then you buy it in pill form, Kyer.
I'm not popping no pills to go to sleep.
It's herbs. It's herbs in a capsule, a vegetable capsule.
I'm not gonna take the symptom. I want the root cause. I want the root cause of why I stay up late. And I don't want it to keep being because I used to sell drugs all night. My answer, my internal my cross purpose is I sold drugs and I stayed up all night. Well, I haven't sold drugs I haven't sold drugs since 2003. So 12 years I've been out the game. Fuck, I should be able to go to bed. You understand? So then my other cross purpose is I stay up late because everybody else is asleep. So those are kind of answers that I'm telling myself, but I don't believe those anymore either.
Okay. So your question is, why can't you go to sleep like you have a 9-to-5 job?
No, how can I go to sleep? Not why, how? Which one's more important?
Okay.
The why or the how? Which one should I ask, the how or the why?
Which one do you want to know? Because you make up answers. So do you want to know the real why so that you can let that go and you can know that the things that you've been telling yourself don't exist, and then you can move forward and you can do this more than once.
Hey,
and
looks like the Price is Right. The audience says go with the why.
Why?
The Price is Right. You be getting ready to bed. They be like, what? Or 475.
I love it. Okay.
I'm going with the why. And high maintenance, you ain't got no job. I don't care what they say. Do I see a check stub? I see all your check stubs coming from Google AdSense. You get paid from Google and hustling. What we talking about, you got a job. I want to see a check stub on YouTube or Periscope saying that I go to work. You ain't got no job. All right?
Okay,
now,
focus.
Okay.
So you want to know why you're not sleeping on this 9-to-5 schedule.
I want to know why I'm staying up so late. When I know I should.
Why you're what?
I want to know why I'm staying up so late. When I know
Why you stay up so late?
When I know I should.
Okay. Okay, so we're going to do the same 3 sets of questions, right? And I'm going to start them, you're going to finish them, and you're going to finish them out loud as it pertains to what it is that you're asking. Okay? So my mind says,
I stay up late because I can.
my mind says,
I stay up late because everybody else is asleep.
my mind says,
I stay up late because I feel like you get more work done because nobody's bothering.
my mind says,
I like to sleep until 10 o'clock in the morning.
my mind says,
I'm sick in the hospital and really want to get out.
I like to, yeah, when she said sick in the hospital, I was like, is that a little voice in my head? My eyes were closed. My mind says at night because I want to.
okay.
Mama.
So let's just acknowledge that and
Well, not shut off.
get out of here. and dump that in the trash. You're going to energetically.
Mute her mic and we just do one at a time. 'Cause she
I
trying
have
to-
muted Kelly.
Hey,
I did when she
Hey.
first came in.
hey,
Okay, wait a minute.
It's on my phone.
You're going to energetically dump that in the trash. Okay?
Dump in the trash.
And now you're going to finish this sentence. I'm afraid of.
Is this the energetic dump?
No, you're answering this question because you've already, those things that your mind was saying to you, I want you to energetically just dump all of that into the trash. You brought it to the forefront. You've acknowledged that that's what's going on in your head. And now we're going to put it in the trash. So now I want you to finish the next sentence, which is, I'm afraid of.
Not getting all of my work done.
I'm afraid of.
Not meeting my own deadlines.
I'm afraid of.
Not fulfilling promises to myself.
I'm afraid of.
Not meeting my own goals, even though I coach other people to meet goals.
I'm afraid of.
Being in my head too much.
I'm afraid of.
Thinking too much.
I'm afraid of.
Not having all the answers.
I'm afraid of.
Not meditating enough.
I'm afraid of.
Letting people down because I don't meditate enough.
I'm afraid of.
Not developing spiritually as much as I want to, or as much as I feel others perceive that I should develop.
I'm afraid of.
Inconsistency in my own practice.
Okay, so take a deep breath and let it go and kind of acknowledge all the things that you're afraid of, because on some level they are valid. And now energetically dump that in the trash. Now I want you to focus on something in the room, sort of shake it out.
Oh, hell, my bad.
Okay, so you're here in present time, present day. You're with us here on Blab. And now I want you to answer, finish the next sentence. My soul says.
The meditation that I do is plenty.
My soul says.
I'm a very evolved soul.
My soul says.
Don't compare.
My soul says.
There are no comparisons. This is your journey.
My soul says.
You are unique. And everything is fine.
My soul says.
Time is an illusion.
My soul says.
It really doesn't matter. You can do what you want to do.
My soul says.
Relax. Be more relaxed and less thinking.
My soul says.
You're about to have a wonderful year.
Okay, so now take another really deep breath and just really suck in what your soul had to say to you about the level of turmoil that you had over all of those other things. Do you agree with what your soul is saying to you?
1000%.
And so do you feel a lot better than you did when you started?
1000%.
And so do you have the answer to your question?
Relax. Don't think so much. If I do go to bed at 9 and I get up at 6, okay. If I go to bed at 3 and get up at 6, okay. I'm not normal. My soul was like, yo, you're not normal. That's why you can't go to sleep. You're not normal. You're not like any there. Nothing is. We built you like the way we built you for the reason that you're here. You cannot get what everybody else is getting, and they can't get what you're getting. You are really unique. Thank you, Lamiel.
So you definitely have your answer. You are trying to do and be a people like all of these other people on the planet, and you have always known that you're not that.
I was trying to be.
Yeah.
I was trying to be a mere mortal.
And you're not.
Sorry, soul. I apologize, soul. My bad.
So that was excellent. Okay. What time is it? We got through that with no issues. Yay!
I'm on with Mercury retrograde. I was using all kind of magic right there to make that shit work.
Someone asked, what crystal were you holding?
Now, if I do that, I'm about to promo somebody. So this is not a crystal. This is an orgonite pendant. It is the first of its kind. I got this from Jerry Miller. So if you're on Facebook, go to Jerry Miller's pages. This is the first one he ever made. Like the one, like it's really two of these. So like it's like one of these on both sides, and he glued them together. And I have one of these probably since 2010. This is called an As Above, So Below. But I have pyramids like in every corner of my house. So I have 4 of these in my house. And then I keep this one underneath my computer because like all computers give off, this, they're always emitting energy. So if you have an organite, it's very good to like wear it as jewelry, keep it in your pocket. But I have enough so where when I turn on the like this one sits underneath my computer. Like I have this and I have this grid. So it sits like this. This is like right underneath my computer. So, yeah, this is an orgonite pendant. Great gifts. Jerry Miller on YouTube. I don't know if they have a website, but
someone put in their his Facebook.
Jen Lang. He makes custom pieces. His wife makes wands. I got an eel wand back here in the back too, Lamia. That might be a birthday present. Yes. Or go to.
Oh, I would love a wand. That would be awesome.
Organite. If you Google it, like look at the story of like orgonite energy. You can make your own. Like you can't make them like Jerry, but you can make your own. Like there's tons of videos on how to make orgonite. So yeah. And Kendra Foster, I follow you if you follow me. So I'm on Periscope too. Yeah. Coach Kaye. Okay, so I guess I answered people's question. Thank you.
Orgonite. Okay. So I think I've got, it's 10:10. I'm always getting that number. So if there's one more person who'd like to join and sit in the hot seat and go through the exercise, now would actually be the time.
Lamiel, I'm gonna make a quick announcement.
Yep.
Today I've had some really big breakthroughs. And I was gonna tell you in private, but I'll tell you right now. Just like
okay.
The direction of my business. And last night on the blood moon, the blood moon happened on my Uranus. Like I have Uranus at 4 degrees. The whole eclipse happened on the axis of 4 degrees Libra and Aries. So I had all these like streams of ideas today because I was asking about marketing more through my spirituality. And we've decided, some of the other guys who are on the big time marketers that are on Blab have realized that Periscope is a feminine organization because all the women get all the followers, right? And then the men, we can here. So what I'm going to do, everybody, because I had a schedule. I was like, oh, this is my marketing schedule. Like every day I'm going to do something different. Well, I'm going to give you what you want until you want what I have to give. So ladies and men, ladies and gents of all ages, on Periscope, until I get to 1,000 followers, we're only going to talk about sex. That's it. That's it. And I'm going to do so many ladies. Look, listen, Lamiel. I'm going to do so many ladies only. Let's talk sex. So if you want to ladies about sex, you can't get it from Lamiel. You can't get it from another man. You got to get it from a real liberated man who practices tantra and sexual liberation and sex magic. It's going to be no holds barred, but it's not going to be like crazy raunchy. It's going to be come in and let's chop it up, and we're going to talk about sex, because it could be sexual healing, it could be sexual manifesting, it could be tantra, it could be all types of things, but I'm just going to talk about sex and let the ladies can follow me. Then we'll talk about marketing later, we can do astrology later, because that's all y'all want to talk about. Y'all want it because it's negative or positive. So I'm going to talk about sex. So I'm about to go Periscope right now. I bet it's going to work too. I bet I have like a ton of followers in a second here. So I ain't worried about how many. She's gonna be there. She may not contribute, but she wants to hear what I have to say. She wants to hear what Big Brother says. Yes.
Well, okay.
She says she'll be back when I get 1,001 followers. That's it.
Please, we need 1,000 followers. Okay.
500 would be good.
So, on that note, someone was asking about their heart chakra being overactive, and should they close their heart chakra?
I want to answer.
Okay.
And we can do that almost like that's a question that you can ask in my sex forum about the heart chakra, right? So how many chakras do you have? 7. You have 7 chakras, right? So
right.
Here's the answer. Crown chakra, root chakra, heart chakra in the middle. When you work on the heart chakra only, or you work on only one chakra, this is what you do.
Right.
Stop listening to people tell you to work on one chakra. The only way you can fix all the chakras is by working on the crown. If you work on the throat chakra, you look like this. If you work on the solar plexus chakra, you look like this. Of course, if you work on the root chakra, you look like this, which is upside down in life.
You have to.
If you want to straighten out and heal the heart chakra, pull it up from the crown. Because the truth is, there are really no such thing as chakras. It's bullshit. It's a way to sell books. It's the white man who saw some Indian and Hindu teaching and realized he could sell anything to a dumb country like America. And he started talking about chakras. But you don't know what, all of you who are not like Rosicrucians and you're not in any of these mystic orders that tell you the truth, you do not, a book you buy from Barnes and Noble or on the thing, for all of these internet certified yoga instructors who don't know, who really are teaching calisthenics and not real yoga. That's what they say. Oh, I'm working on my heart chakra. I'm working on my throat. My throat chakra is blocked. Go ask somebody, please, about crown chakra work. and everything else will fall into place. That's why I'm going to be talking about sex, because this right here builds the energy up to build the second heaven up, to build the third heaven up. So you need to talk about sex. There's too much shame around sex, okay? So that's why I'm going to be talking about it, because there's too much shame around it. And of course, there'll probably be some ratchet women or semi-ratchet followers of high maintenance who would jump in the hot seat with me, so who want to talk about sex, all right? But that's the answer to the heart chakra. Don't try to shut it down, okay? Go to the crown chakra, okay? And practice some forgiveness. Because all heart chakra stuff is where the transformation takes place, okay? That's what Jesus Christ represents, the heart chakra. And Buddha represents the third eye. But God is the crown chakra. Mommy may have another answer. But that's what I come from my teaching and my background.
Okay. You want to hear my answer? Actually, it was very similar. No, because I saw some of the stuff that she was saying earlier. I don't know who told you to close your heart chakra, but that is ridiculous. And so I was going to say, if you work on your crown chakra, it'll help balance things out. All of that example I've never seen before, but it's the same idea. I would never try to intentionally work to close a chakra regardless of what anybody had to say or was recommending. And I don't remember why they were recommending that to you, but no.
Yes, you do know
I wouldn't do it.
You do know why. They're fraudulent.
They were probably trying to sell you something. They wanted some money for something. Whatever. So no, you need to work on your crown chakra and balance your body, is the answer. So I'm going to put on Kelly here, and we're going to go through the exercise again. And before I start, I'm actually going to type in here my website. So if anybody has questions, you can go to my website and click on that contact button, and you can ask me a personal question, or you can even schedule a 45-minute free discovery session. If you want to know more about removing negative energy blocks, there's lots of information on my website. If you follow me and you follow me on Periscope, when I talk about energy work or make any recommendations, I have a Periscope page on my website, so you can download the things that I am. Never heard that. Yeah.
Yogi Fish is in the building. Oh, wait. Yogi Fish is in the building. Oh, shit. Yogi Fish.
Oh,
Yogi
thank
Fish.
you so much.
Yogi Fish.
Okay, I don't know who that is.
Yogi Fish, get my number, son. I ain't talked to Yogi Fish in like 2 years. Yogi Fish. Lamiel, that's who put Lamiel.
Okay, well, we're all glad to see you here then.
Yogi Fish is famous. You know what I'm saying? Yogi Fish is the shit, son. Like, Yogi Fish, man, come on, man. Jump in the seat right fast. I know you're ready to do Kelly. Damn. Oh, man. Yogi Fish.
Yogi Fish, I hope. Okay, she didn't accept. So if you want to jump in, that would be great.
He might, but he be bullshitting sometimes. But Yogi Fish, text me, man. 336-587-1215. Number's still the same. Woo, there you go.
Kelly, did you hit the button? Okay, let's try again.
I just want to run up and hug this joker right here. Y'all don't understand.
Kelly, try again.
Hey, hello,
everybody. Hi, how are you?
All right. Hello, Mr. Kayer. Hello.
Long time no see, Yogi.
Lamiel, is that your name? Lamiel? Nice
Lamiel.
Lamiel, nice to meet you.
Lamiel, yes. Likewise.
I haven't seen.
Look, he's clapping it up for you over here.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I haven't seen Mr. Kayer in quite some time. I've seen him, but we haven't visually seen each other in a long time. But I'm in the middle of a life journey.
He is so happy. Look at him.
I know of his journeys. So seeing him now, I'm like, brother, doing all right. Yeah. So I just moved. So I'm like in the middle of unpacking where I just moved to. So
I want to be in there helping unpack because he got some jewels in there, Lamiel. Trust me. I want to
Okay.
a friend of mine, Rocker's Corner, is here as well. So hello, Sister D.
Hey, Rocker's Corner.
I'm doing great. This is a very good system.
I'm here.
Yogi, we
Hi, Kelly. Can you hear me?
You received my email. Write my
I'm
name
here,
down.
Lamel.
Okay.
I'm gonna drop
Can
out.
you hear me,
I'm here.
So y'all can do this.
Kelly?
Yeah.
Yogi, call me.
Okay. 8, 3,
I will.
6.
Okay.
Hey, Lamel.
Okay.
Lamel.
So, Kelly,
What is this about?
Right.
Yes, I hear you. Say it again, hon. I can't hear you.
I'm in the hospital.
So tell me,
I'm in the
what
hospital.
is the issue that you want to work through with the exercise?
What is the exercise about? And I'll give you a good issue.
Well, what we're doing is working on removing negative energy blocks. So I'm teaching people how to soften the negative that's around any energy block that they have either in their body or in their energy field so that they can remove it.
Well, would my kid's dad being murdered bothering me in my mind and my heart, and knowing who did it, and how it was done, is that something you can help remove?
Okay, you can't do this in here. It certainly is. How? Oh, okay, they're talking to each other. Are you wanting to know why it happened, or are you just wanting to sort of release the whole situation?
Well, I know it happened because of $500,000, but I want to know on a more personal side, why or how could his best friends do this to him?
You would probably get a better answer. I think you were asking me about like an angel card reading. Wasn't that you? Yeah.
Possibly like almost like a, I don't know, like a Teresa Caputo thing. Like I want to know, did he fall over the boat or was he bashed in the back of his head like everyone believes?
Okay, so that is something that we can definitely go through the exercise with, and you may get that answer. But if you're looking for me to be able, this is an exercise that really connects you to your soul, okay? And so a lot of the answers that you're going to get need to be related to what's going on with you, because this particular exercise is about what's connected to your soul and what you are was there an investigation on the murder?
No, it was staged that he fell into his off his yacht into the water on a dock slip.
It was ruled an accident.
He had no water in his lungs, and he had a big chunk out of the back of his head missing, and still had stomach contents in his stomach. And I was an ER nurse for 8 years, and he wasn't bitten by one turtle or one fish, and there's no way that he was in there for 4 days, and his autopsy was not right. I'm trying to come to some peace.
So some of it is very, very clear in terms of, money motivates all types of things, good and bad, right?
Mm-hmm.
And,
Right.
he wasn't always the nicest person. He could be, but he wasn't always the nicest of people. So when you combine kind of being nasty and having access to money, it'll make people turn on you, relatively easily.
You're reading him.
So
You're reading him right.
Yeah. So yes, definitely foul play. Like somebody they set him up is what I want to say. They set him up, and it was definitely planned, but it had to do more with his attitude and even less about the money.
Yeah.
The best way that I would say to come to terms with it, there is energy clearing can definitely help you with that. This particular exercise, probably not so much, but there is other exercises, and this is part of what I do in my lifestyle coaching practice, is help people remove this type of block, because you are very energetically tied to him. And I'm not even feeling like he was always very nice to you, but you have a very strong energetic tie to him. And really what you need to learn how to do is cut the cord. You've got to cut the cord and let him go so that you can move on, because now you guys are on completely separate planes. Okay?
Right.
So if you want to... Go ahead.
I'm a very strong person. I'm a very highly motivated person. I'm willing to try anything. Just real quickly, if I have to ask you to hold on for 1 second, it's just because my nurse is coming into the room. I found out that I'm going to have to be in here until Halloween, so it's kind of depressing.
Okay.
But I'm not gonna let that get me down either. It's just something that you had said, and to to a coach that I jumped in on the middle of the blog, and I found you very intriguing and smart.
Thank you.
And very caring and thoughtful.
Thank you.
So I'm willing to dive into this with you.
Okay.
If it is.
Listen, I'm going to put a link in here. Let me get in the form of a link. Okay. And if you go to the site, right down in the right-hand side, as soon as you get to the page, there's going to be like a little pink button that says contact. Okay. Fill out your information and schedule. It's a free 45-minute session. Okay. It'll have you pick the time and all of those things. And then we can dive into what's really going on and what I can do to help you. Okay.
That sounds awesome. And I also wanted to say, I think part of your scope is about negative thinking. I just wanted to say to everybody that's out there listening that if you think positive and you stay positive on everything in your love and your friendship, your relationship, if you will stay positive and speak positive and speak positive into your life, it will become existence in your life if you speak it. So daily, very daily, speak positive in your life. Everybody do that and you'll see big results. I promise you. I have, and I promise you will.
Thank
And I
you.
know you will too. But I'm going to hit that site now, okay,
Okay.
Camille?
Thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome.
Okay, is there anyone else in the room that would like to take the seat and go through the exercise? And I'm sorry, that was a little off topic, but she had been asking and sort of energetically, not sort of, but even very physically asking for help. And as soon as she got on the screen, I had to give her what I was getting for her. So if there is anyone who would like to join the seat and soften some of the negative energetic blocks that they may actually have. No, I wish I wasn't. Where'd that go? I do. I wish I wasn't taking my braids down. Is there a way to turn your camera off? We just need to hear you. You want to try it? Anybody else? No takers? If no one wants to take the seat, then I'm going to close up the blab. But I appreciate all of you guys coming today and working with me through Mercury retrograde and all the difficulties that I was having in part one of this, where we started and we had to shut it down and start all over again. So really, this is part two. And, you know, I really appreciate you guys sharing your energy, sharing your time, and giving your input. And unless there is someone who'd like to take the seat and walk through softening some of their negative energy blocks, I'm going to end it. Is there any takers? No? Well, thanks so much. If you guys have any questions, would like to schedule a personal consultation. I feel like this is moving and I'm not seeing it. Or it's just repeating. Okay, but if you'd like to get a private, what I call a discovery session, the discovery session kind of allows you to learn a little bit more about me. It lets me learn about you and discover whether or not what it is that you're trying to work on is something that I can help you with, or some place that I can refer you. I don't work with everybody. I am extremely energy sensitive. So it just allows us to see if we're a good fit and if exactly what you're looking for, you know, I have, or if I can refer you to someone who may be a better fit or have more of what it is that you're looking for. And that's totally free. I also do these energy clearings individually, and I do them in a group. And so you're free to join any of those, and all you have to do is visit my website. If you have any private questions that you'd like to ask, you can also use that link that I was just sharing with Kelly. And just send me, basically just put in your name and your email, ask me the question, and then I will get back to you as soon as I possibly can. There's the link. Again, thank you so much. Looking forward to seeing all of you guys on my next scope. Or actually, this is, what is this? This is Blab. On my next Blab. This was my first one, and there'll definitely be more. So thanks so much for joining. Okay, so we stopped the recording.